Welcome back to Two Wheel Trends, where every week we take you deep into the world of two-wheeled machines that set our pulses racing. Today, we're diving into a machine that's stirring quite a bit of excitement across Southeast Asia and Latin American markets at the 2025 Suzuki GSX RS 150. If you've been looking for a stylish, efficient, and beginner-friendly sport bike that doesn't compromise on legacy or engineering finesse, then buckle up, because this might be exactly what you're looking for. The GSX name is no stranger to sport bike enthusiasts. For years, the GSX R series has been synonymous with performance, aggression, and racetrack-bred DNA. With the RS 150, Suzuki brings that lineage to a more accessible platform. This isn't just a watered-down sports machine, it's a carefully curated entry-level sport bike with premium elements, an aerodynamic design, and the heart of a sprinter. Aimed at the urban rider who craves weekend thrills and weekday practicality, the RS 150 aims to be the perfect balance between efficiency and adrenaline. Let's start from the moment you see it. The 2025 GSX RS 150 immediately commands attention with its aggressive front fascia. The sharp twin LED headlamps sit neatly under a sculpted front fairing, inspired heavily by its larger siblings, the GSX R750 and GSX R1000. The lighting setup is full LED, with integrated DRLs that give the bike a piercing stare, especially during twilight commutes or late-night city rides. The windscreen above is short yet aerodynamic, designed to deflect just enough air while contributing to the overall sport look. The fairing sides smoothly curve into the fuel tank with clean cuts and sharp angles, making the front view look clean yet menacing. From the side, the RS 150 continues to impress with the profile that screams racetrack ready. The fuel tank is sculpted to accommodate the rider's knees comfortably while offering a sense of grip during cornering. Subtle creases along the fairings draw your eyes toward the tail, and Suzuki's iconic GSX graphics are back in bold, vivid finishes. Think MotoGP-inspired decals with metallic accents that glimmer under streetlights. The 150cc form factor doesn't make the bike look small. In fact, Suzuki has done a fantastic job in making the silhouette appear bigger, more muscular than you'd expect from a lightweight category motorcycle. A subtle belly pan below adds to the sporty character, while the alloy wheels and clip-on handlebars complete the RS identity with a low and slightly forward-biased stance. Move toward the rear and you'll notice the tail section that truly gives away the bike's performance genes. Tapered and aerodynamic, the tail rises just enough to give it a mean look while housing a compact LED taillight setup. The rear turn indicators are sleek and well integrated into the bodywork. The rear tire hugger keeps mud and grime in check, while the split-seat setup gives it both visual drama and practical separation for rider and pillion. The pillion seat is modestly padded, more symbolic than luxurious, but for short trips it does the job. The underbelly exhaust is neatly tucked, adding to the clean aesthetic without compromising on clearance or proportions. Now, at the heart of this machine sits a 147.3cc single-cylinder, liquid-cooled, fuel-injected engine that's been refined for both performance and efficiency. Suzuki's engineers have optimized the bore rare feature in this category, which helps prevent rear-wheel hop during aggressive downshifts, something riders will appreciate during spirited riding or navigating urban descents. The gear ratios are closely packed, favoring quick acceleration, and the bike can hit speeds of up to 130 km per hour if you push it. In terms of ride dynamics, the RS 150 uses a diamond-type frame that's both lightweight and rigid, providing an excellent foundation for cornering stability and handling precision. The suspension setup includes telescopic front forks and a monoshock at the rear, tuned to be sporty yet forgiving on patchy roads. It's stiffer than a commuter, but not punishingly so. It communicates well with the road and gives riders the confidence to push the bike through corners without nervous feedback. Braking duties are handled by a single-disc setup at both ends, equipped with single-channel ABS. The bite from the front disc is sharp and progressive, while the rear brake offers decent modulation. Dual-channel ABS would have been a welcome addition, especially considering the RS 150's sporty ambitions, but even with single-channel ABS, the braking performance is reassuring and confidence-inspiring. Ergonomically, Suzuki has kept things fairly sporty. The clip-on handlebars are placed low, but not excessively so, allowing for an aggressive riding posture that doesn't compromise daily usability. The footpegs are rear set, encouraging a tucked-in posture, but the seat height at around 785 mm is friendly for shorter riders. Combined with a curb weight of approximately 133 kilograms, the RS150 feels nimble and agile, perfect for weaving fancy, but it's sharp, functional, and suits the bike's overall aesthetic. Suzuki has also included an eco-indicator to help riders ride more efficiently, a nod to the everyday usability factor. On the tech side, the RS150 may not be loaded with connectivity features like Bluetooth or navigation, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it helps the bike maintain a cleaner interface and avoids distractions. That said, we wouldn't be surprised if Suzuki adds a Bluetooth module in future iterations, especially to compete with rivals that are slowly inching into smart dashboard territory. So how does it ride in the real world? Start the engine and you're greeted with a refined thrum. It's not loud or throaty, but it has a smooth, mature tone that complements its sporty demeanor. On city roads, the RS150 is easy to manage. The low-end torque is sufficient for stop-and-go traffic, and gear shifts are slick. The bike's slim profile means squeezing between lanes is effortless, but it's once you hit the open road that the GSX RS150 truly comes alive. The engine revs cleanly past 10,000 RPM, and while the top end isn't monstrous, it's thrilling enough for a lightweight sport bike. Cornering is precise and planted, and the chassis remains composed even during spirited sprints. Fuel economy? Well, the RS150 averages around 45 to 50 km/L in mixed riding conditions. With the 12-liter fuel tank, you're looking at a realistic range of over 500 kilometers, which makes it ideal not just for city commutes, but for short touring escapades as well. It's not a tourer by nature, but it's certainly capable of it if you travel light. Now let's talk money. The 2025 Suzuki GSX RS 150 is expected to be priced at around $2,500 to $2,800 internationally, and in markets like India or Indonesia, that translates to around a superscript 11.85 lakh to a superscript 12 lakh ex showroom. This places it directly in competition with the Yamaha R15 V5, Honda CBR150R, and the KTM RC 125. While it may not outshine them on every spec sheet metric, it offers a fantastic balance of price, performance, and style. Suzuki is clearly betting on the RS 150 to be the people's sport bike, one that looks fast, rides easy, and doesn't break the bank. So, who is this bike for? If you're someone looking for your first sport bike, the GSX RS 150 is a brilliant entry point. It's forgiving enough for beginners but engaging enough for intermediate riders. Commuters looking for a stylish, capable ride will appreciate its fuel efficiency and reliability, while younger riders will love the aesthetic and sporty riding posture. Even experienced bikers looking for a second, lighter machine for everyday use will find value here. All things considered, the 2025 Suzuki GSX RS 150 is a welcome addition to the small-capacity sport bike market. It brings the DNA of the iconic GSX-R lineup to a wider audience without diluting what makes that lineage special. It's stylish, reliable, relatively affordable, and most importantly, fun to ride. That's it for today's deep dive on two-wheel trends. If you enjoyed this in-depth review and want more detailed takes on the newest two-wheelers, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next drop. Got questions or want to know how the RS 150 stacks up against rival? Drop your comments below. We read and respond to as many as we can.